Hello mga kawamat. In this video lesson, we will discuss general annuity. So we will find the present and future value of general annuity. So general annuity and annuity where the payment interval is not the same as the interest period. So yun ang pinagkaiba nila ng simple annuity. So the defining characteristics is that the payment interval, so kung gaano kadalas ka magbayad, okay, how often you pay is not the same as the compounding period. So how often the interest is calculated. So magkaiba sila. So for example, ah yung pagbabayad mo is monthly pero yung pag-compute ng interest ay quarterly or annually. So magkaiba. Unlike sa simple annuity, kung ang payment mo ay monthly, monthly din yung interest period. So for example, you make monthly payments on a car loan, but the bank calculates interest annually. So yun ang mga halimbawa. Another example, you deposit money quarterly into a fund that earns interest monthly. So magkaiba talaga sila, no? So another scenarios na pwede nyo ma-encounter in the future. So the monthly car loan, for simple annuity, so this is ano no, the comparison between simple annuity and general annuity. So Mark buys a car and agrees to pay 15,000 pesos at the end of every month for 5 years. The bank charges a 6% interest rate compounded monthly. So as you can see, pagdating sa simple interest, halos pareho sila. No? Every month ang payment mo and then yung interest compounded monthly din. Sa general annuity, so ito ay isang situation na Mark makes the same 15,000 monthly payments but the 6% interest rate is compounded annually. So dito sa general annuity, kung si Mark nagbabayad 15,000 monthly pero yung computed interest niya is annually. Another scenario, the retirement fund. For simple annuity, Elena deposits 20,000 pesos into a trust fund every 6 months. So yun ay semi-annually yun. The fund earns 5% interest compounded semi-annually. Pagdating sa general annuity, Elena deposits 20,000 every 6 months. So semi-annually yun. But the interest is compounded monthly. Ito another situation. Regarding simple and general annuity, the educational insurance. For simple annuity, a parent pays a premium of 10,000 pesos every quarter for their child college fund. So the insurance company applies an interest rate that compounds quarterly. So general annuity, the parent pays 10,000 pesos every quarter, but the interest is compounded annually. So scenario number 4, the business equipment lease. Simple annuity. A bakery owner pays 5,000 pesos at the end of every month for a high-end oven. The lease agreement specifies an interest rate compounded monthly. But in general annuity, the owner pays 5,000 pesos every month, but the interest is compounded quarterly. So I'll give you an. So what are the formulas na gagamitin natin no, pagdating sa general annuities? To find the future value, we will use this formula, the regular payment multiplied by 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 over I. And ang I natin, that is 1 plus R over M sub 2. So dito, sa general annuity, di ba sa simple annuity, isa lang yung M natin. Dito meron tayong dalawang M na ma-encounter. So ito yung formula na gagamitin to solve the value of I raised to m sub 2 over m sub 1 minus 1. And then yung n, makukuha natin by m sub 1 times t. So to find the present value, we will use this formula, r multiplied by 1 minus the quantity 1 plus I raised to negative n over I. So where r is the regular payment, I is the equivalent interest rate per payment interval converted from the interest rate per period. And n is the number of payments, r is the nominal rate, M sub 1 is the payment interval. So, and M sub 2 is the length of compounding period and T is the term of annuity. So, ganyan din naman sa simple annuity. So, ang ano lang dito, nagkaiba yung pag-solve ng I. Kasi dun sa simple annuity, R over M lang, no? Dito, meron kasi tayong magkaiba. Magkaiba yung payment dun sa pag-compute ng interest. So, example tayo. Okay, so for example, uh, Chris started to deposit 1,000 pesos monthly in a fund that pays 6% compounded quarterly. So how much will be in the fund after 15 years? So dito kailangan malinaw, makuha natin ng klaro yung mga given para hindi tayo malito. So doon tayo muna sa questions. Tinatanong kung magkano yung fund after 15 years. So ibig sabihin, future value ang hinahanap. So ano yung mga given natin dito? So the regular payment is 1,000 pesos. Yung M sub 1 is 12 kasi yun yung kung paano siya nagbabayad, no? Paano yung mode of payment niya, kung monthly ba, ah, quarterly. So, since monthly, so yung M sub 1 natin is 12. Yung M sub 2 naman natin is 4. So, madali nyo makita yung M sub 2. Lagi siyang karugtong ng word na compounded. So, ayan, may quarterly. So, yung karugtong ng compounded quarterly, so yung M sub 2 nyo is 4. And then, your T is 15 kasi 15 years. Yung rate natin is 6% or 0.06. Yung N natin, since M sub 1 is 12 times 15, so that is 180. Since nabanggit ko kanina, before natin gamitin yung formula for the future value or the present value, kailangan makompute nyo muna yung value ng I. So using the formula for the value of I, so by the way, ito kahit R lang ito, no? Huwag niyo nalagyan ng exponent na M sub 2. So kahit R na lang para di kayo malito. So substitute lang natin, 1 plus, so yung R natin is 0.06 over 4 raised 2. So yung M sub 2 natin is 4 over 12 minus 1. So kapag using your calculator, so pwede kayo sundan nyo lang to, open parenthesis, 1 plus, tapos yung fraction bar, i-type yung 0.06, tapos ilagay yung 4, then close parenthesis, and then, ito yung pang-exponent. Since fraction yung exponent natin, pindutin yung fraction bar. 4 over 12. Yan. And then, down, minus 1. So, the answer is like, okay, since meron tayong notation, di ba kapag negative 3 dyan, ibig sabihin, mula dito sa decimal, magmo-move tayo ng 3 places papuntang left side. So, 1, 2, 3. So, ilan pa yung idadagdag mong 0? Dalawa. Kaya ang sagot natin dito ay 0.00497521. So, mas maigi na damihan natin yung decimal natin para malapit tayo dun sa pinakasagot talaga. Kasi kapag ang ginamit nyo lang 2 to 3 decimals, so medyo malayo ang mga compute natin. So, I suggest mga 8, 9 or 8 to 9 decimals or basta wag na sana bumaba sa 8. And then, after that, since na-compute natin ang value ng I, okay, substitute sa future value. So, you have 1 million, 1,000 times 1 plus 0.00497521 raised to 180 since yung n natin is 180 minus 1. So, paano nyo gawin sa calculator? So, kapag yung calculator natin, no, walang fraction bar, medyo mahirap. So, type natin yung 1,000. Okay, open parenthesis. Dapat dito class, lalagyan nyo pa ng isang open end Isang open parenthesis pa dito. So, pindutin yung fraction bar, lagay yung open parenthesis, nandito na tayo sa numerator. 1 plus 0.00497521. And then close. Ang exponent natin is 180. Tapos baba, minus 1. Then sa baba ulit, yung I natin 0.00497521. Then, close natin. So, therefore, what will be the answer? So the answer is 290,000, 82.51. Okay, so that will be the answer. So I hope nasundan nyo sa calculator. Next. Okay, next. A teacher saves 5,000 every 6 months in a bank that pays 0.25% compounded monthly. So how much will be her savings after 10 years? So dito, tinatanong din after 10 years of future value din yung hinahanap. So given natin, the regular payment is 5,000 pesos. M sub 1 is 2 kasi sabi dito, saves 5,000 pesos every 6 months. So, semi-annually yon, tama? So, kaya yung M sub 1 nyo ay 2. Yung M sub 2 natin is 12 kasi compounded monthly. Yung T natin is 10. Yung rate natin is 0.0025 in 0.25%. Yung n natin, 2 times 10, that is 20. So, compute again the value of I. So, gamit ulit ng calculator nyo. Sige, you try using your calculator. So, kung makakuha natin yung sagot. So, substitute nyo lang. Okay? So, you substitute 1 plus 0.0025 over 12 raised to 12 over 2 minus 1. So, what will be the answer? So, ang makuha nyo dapat na sagot dyan is 0.00125565. So, yan dapat ang makukuha nyo sagot. Next. So, by using the formula, finding the future value, so we will substitute 5,000 as the regular payment, multiply to 1 plus 0.00125065 raised to 20 minus 1 all over 0.0012565. So again, try using your calculator. So dapat ang makuha niyong sagot ay 101,197.08. Next, number 3. Ken borrowed an amount of money from Kat, so he agrees to pay the principal plus interest by paying 38,973.76 pesos each year for 3 years. So how much money did he borrow if interest is 8% compounded quarterly? How much money did he borrow? So ang tinatanong dyan is the present value, no? Hindi siya future value. So, kukunin natin yung present value. So, ang given natin na regular payment is 38,973.76. So, yung M sub 1 is 1. Bakit? Every year, no? It's year kasi nakalagay. So, annually. So, kaya ang M sub 1 natin is 1. Yung M sub 2 natin is 4. Compounded quarterly. Ang years natin is 3. Yung rate natin is 0.08. And then yung n is 3 kasi 1 times 3 is 3. Then solving the value of I using your calculator, we can solve it. Okay, 1 plus 0.08 over 4 raised to 4 over 1 minus 1. Ang makuha nyo dapat ay 0.08243216. And then since present value yung hinahanap, ito yung gagamitin nating formula. So substitute 38,973.76 multiply to 1 minus, so sundan nyo lang yung formula, 1 plus 0.08243216 raised to negative 3 all over 0.08243216. So ang makuha nyo dapat na sagot dyan is 100,000 pesos. So that will be the answer for this question. I hope naintindihan how to find the present and future value of general annuity.
Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button para updated kayo for more video tutorial. This is your guide in learning your math lesson, your Wow Math channel.